Hey lovely and welcome, it's Yasmin from Tiny Time Big Results. I'm just going to make that screen a bit bigger, it's easier for me to see. So how are you lovely? Hope you're having a great day. Do you like my sign actually, by the way? I put it on my door and I think it looks really cool. So for those of you that are listening to this, it's a lovely little sign that says hello my lovely. Anyway, let's get cracking. This week I want to talk to you about a way to make sure that people are really happy about working with you, about signing up to work with you. And how do you give somebody a great fuzzy warm feeling that makes them think, yes, I have just made the right decision by working with you. And this is what I like to call a stick strategy. And so what I want to do in this episode is talk to you about what is a stick strategy, why is it important, and I'll give you 3 examples of what a stick strategy might look like in your business. Now, the reality is that when somebody decides to come and work with you, then, it involves a lot of different factors that affect their ultimate decision. But when somebody makes that decision and it's a big resounding yes, then you want to make sure that that yes stays a resounding yes, that they don't start to get cold feet or that they back off or any of those things. That might still happen because of other stuff, but if you feel like you've done as much as you can to reduce friction in the buying process and that they feel good about it, that there's no buyer's remorse, then that's as much as you can do. After all, we can only control what's in our control, and so it's important to remember that there are probably other factors, but that's not going to be of concern to us right now. So for me, a stick strategy is a way that you make someone feel really good about having signed up with you, whether it's a package of sessions, whether it's a coaching program, whether it's a piece of work that you're going to be doing with somebody or a company. You want them to feel really good about what they had just agreed to do. So what I like to do is have a series of ways. I don't do all of these things. Like I like to kind of just have like a toolkit, if you like, of ways that you can make someone feel that they've made the right decision and that they can trust you. And I think that's really, really important, that when you are entering into any kind of relationship with somebody from a client provider perspective, that there is that element of trust. Trust is huge. And remember, if someone has a good experience of working with you, then they're more likely to refer you, they're likely to recommend you, write you great testimonial, basically become a raving fan. And that's what you want. Is you don't want people to feel like that it was an okay experience, that you want them to feel like it was a good experience for them, irrespective of the end result. I'm not saying that you're going to be sitting there saying, oh, look at me, I'm a miracle worker and I did all this for you. That's not what I mean. What I mean is that the experience of working with you was really positive. So that for me is the reason why I like to do a stick strategy. So a stick strategy is essentially a way to help someone stick. It's pretty simple. I know, I wish I could take credit for this, but I don't think I came up with it. I don't think there are any new ideas out there, are there? So anyway, that's a stick strategy. So a stick strategy is a way to, once somebody has bought, signed up for your package, that helps them to stick with you. Why? Because it reduces that friction and it makes them reinforce and consolidate that, yes, I've made the right decision, and that they don't start to get cold feet. Okay. So let me share with you 3 examples of what a stick strategy might look like. Like I say, I don't do all of these things. I think that would be pretty much overload and it would be like, whoa. It's a bit like if you were dating somebody and then they just kind of threw all of their bells and whistles at you. Oh, look, I'll take you on a weekend to, some European city, or I'll give you some jewelry, or I'll, buy you golf clubs, or whatever it might be. I actually did buy golf clubs for my husband when we started going out. But in my defense, it was a full year after we'd started going out. So I think I can be, I don't think I have to apologize for that. Anyway, completely diverted there. I apologize. So here are 3 examples. You don't have to do all of them. You can just do 1 or 2 at the most. But these are just 3 examples. There's tons more that, that you might want to do. So let me tell you kind of some basic ones that you can get started with. So first of all, a welcome email. Simple as that. And it would just be, congratulations for making this decision. I'm really excited about, doing this work with you. And what I like to do in that welcome email is to turn it into like a welcome pack. So you might just give them all the information that they need in the body of the email, or you might create a welcome pack. I prefer the welcome pack method because then literally all you're doing is changing a few small details and personalizing it and sending it to the person. So rather than having to write the email out or copy and pasting, it's just easier to have a welcome pack, a generic welcome pack that you can then personalize. And you send that when somebody signs up with you and gives them a sense of what it's going to be like working with you. And you can add in different things like what your office hours are and how to contact you and all that kind of good stuff. So a bit of boundary setting in there as well. So that's one way that you can do it, send them a welcome pack. Another thing that I like to do is to send a welcome video. Again, it's personalized. I would record it like this and upload it to YouTube, and it will be a private link, so only the person who I send the link to gets to view it. So not every Tom, Dick and Harry gets to see it. But I'll just send a quick video and say, listen, I'm so happy that you've decided to work with me. We're going to be doing X, Y, and Z. Again, it's a way of connecting with somebody. It helps them to see that you're a real life person, that you care about them, and that it is, I think it's a nice touch, to be honest with you. Like, I know in the world of online, we have this idea about, oh, I'm just going to set up a sales page and, people are just going to buy and I'm going to make money while I sleep and blah, blah, blah. But you know what? I don't want to get rid of that face-to-face human interaction, because that actually is what I love. Being at home with 3 children most of the day, I need that human interaction. So for me, it really feeds me. And I think it adds a really nice touch. Even if you get really big, you might just have a generic video that you send out, and that's okay. That's okay. It doesn't have to be personalized. It doesn't have to be, hello, Yasmin. But I think it's a really nice touch to be able to do that, because I'm literally talking a 30-second video. I'm not talking about huge. You're not going to be, reading off reams and reams of information, because that's not going to work anyway, because they're not going to take it in. But it's just nice to be able to, kind of eyeball somebody and say, hey, how are you? Great to have you on board. Okay, so that's a second way of doing it. So you've got the welcome pack, the welcome email. And the third way that you can do it is have a regular check-in. And that could be a video or an email. But that's a really nice way of saying, if someone's doing a course with you, how are you getting on? Do you have any questions? Again, it just shows that you are invested in the experience and that you want them to get a result. And that for me is key, that when we work with our clients, we want them to get a result. And so we need to be committed, and we're not responsible for them getting a result, because they have to do the work, but you're showing that you are also invested and committed and doing your bit, okay? Because I'm feeling generous, I'm going to give you a 4th stick strategy. And this is one of my favorites. And this is one that I really love to do with my VIP clients, is I would normally create some kind of a care package, which enables them to, it could be like, I'll give you an example. So for my male clients, what I would often do is give them a really nice pair of cufflinks. I might give them a book, or I might give them, and this works for all kinds, like a leather-bound notebook, or a book that I think would be really useful to them. Or for some of my female clients, because as you can probably tell, I do love my jewelry, and I love sparkly things, I love pretty things, so I like to get them a nice, piece of jewelry or something along those lines. And remember, these are for my VIP clients, so these are people who have invested at a higher level with me. And so I want them to have a specific experience of working with me. So that's something else that I do. So that's it for today. That are bad English. So those are some examples of stick strategies. And in this episode, I've shared what is a stick strategy and why I would really encourage you to implement some of these ideas. And don't forget, if you haven't grabbed your free cheat sheet yet, I have created a super duper looper cheat sheet of my top 20 time-saving money-making tools. And so you can get that, a copy of yours at yasminborji.com. And I look forward to seeing you the next time. If you have any questions or comments, be sure to pop your questions below, depending on where you're watching or reading or listening to this. You know, or you can always pop into my Facebook group, the Tiny Time Tribe. Anyway, listen, that's it for me for now, and I look forward to speaking with you the next time.